Hey guys, what's up? Link Cooper with Third Watch. North Korea plans on sending troops to Ukraine next month. This is confirmed deployment nightmare for Ukraine. North Korea sends the first military forces to Donbass with unlimited supplies of ammunition and missiles. Now, there's a quote here from the U.S. say they will be sent to slaughter, says the U.S. Anyway, moving on. A few days after the signing of the defense pact between Russia and North Korea announces that it will send troops to Ukraine. So War News 24/7 had revealed the deployment of North Korean forces since March of last year. Anyway, North Korea troops are expected to arrive on the battlefront next month. Now, some reports suggest that engineer units will be sent to the area first within weeks to support Russia's war with Ukraine, according to North Korea's Central Military Commission. But it says some other sources talk about a North Korean Army division. Most likely the beginning will be with the engineer unit, and then the division will follow. Either way, the development will be a nightmare for Ukrainians. It also goes on to say that according to War News 24/7, at the time, North Korea was willing to send up to 50,000 troops to Ukraine in exchange for nuclear technology, or ICBMs, satellites from Russia. Of course, these forces would make use of the Soviet artillery stock available to the North Korean ED, which is unlimited. Now, this comes after, of course, we know about the U.S. missiles being sent to Ukraine that were targeting Crimea. And now Russia has come out and said, well, if you're going to arm our enemies, we're going to arm yours. And so now things are heating up. World War III has been kicked into overdrive at this point, and it's not looking good. This is not going to end well, and then it's not going to end here. This is a melting pot about ready to spin into chaos. I mean, it already is, but now it's even worse. But I'll read you the report prior to this happening. It says Russia announced the guilt of the USA to the UN. It will bomb the Polish railway connecting Ukraine with NATO for transfers of forces and weapons. Now, this was after the strike, of course, and I'll put the link in the description. You guys can come and read these and educate yourself. In a world of information at our fingertips, folks, ignorance is a choice. In other news, I thought this was interesting. So, as we already knew, it says confirmed evidence proves both the FBI and CIA were deeply involved in the historic 2020 election lie that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian propaganda. You don't say. Imagine that. So anyway, the report goes on to say the House Judiciary Committee released information on Tuesday that revealed that CIA contractors colluded with the Biden campaign in 2020 to discredit the Hunter Biden laptop. In October of 2020, just days before the presidential election, 51 former intelligence officials signed and published a letter that basically decried the contents of Hunter's laptop from hell and all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. That was a lie. They all knew it was a lie. The fake news media ran with the story anyway, and the fake news even used it during the debate to bash President Trump. What the fuck? This right here shows you just how deep the deep state really goes and the cabal that needs to be defeated. This is something that needs gutted from the top down and from the bottom up and revamped, or just get rid of it, abolish it. I mean, that's what the Declaration of Independence says. Anytime government abuses or becomes as powerful and starts destroying the rights of the people, a sitting president, for crying out loud, and goes after them this way. I mean, this is why we have the Second Amendment. Unbelievable. Anyway, moving on, here's another report that I found interesting. It kind of goes along with all this stuff. Jack Smith, you guys remember him, right? He admits FBI doctored evidence to produce stump photos of classified documents during Mar-a-Lago raid. You don't say. Well, golly gee, Jack, why would you do that? The report goes on to say special counsel Jack Smith responded to President Trump's motion to dismiss the classified documents case based on the spoliation of evidence. Jack Smith admitted the FBI doctored evidence to produce stump photos of classified documents during the Mar-a-Lago raid. Anyway, I'm going to put the link. These are to the description. You guys can read these. This is actually out of the Gateway Pundit, these last two articles. And I'll send you a link to these other ones. There's other places you can go and sources to get this information, but I found these to be the most prominent and ones being shared around so you guys can get the up-to-date information that the news media will not share with you. Not good. The world is falling to pieces. And we got this jackass in the White House. I mean, what's he going to do about North Korea going to Ukraine? Eat some more fucking ice cream or something? I mean, this is not good as we continue to fall down this rabbit hole of shit and validity. And anyway, from the Blaze media, I found this interesting. It says, latest alleged rape and murder of a young American by illegal aliens pinned on Biden. It goes without saying, the border is being invaded by millions of psychopaths, and this is going to be the outcome. Oh, they're just here for a better life. Yeah, maybe some of them, but a good part of them just don't give a fuck about Americans. So we all know the story, or maybe you guys haven't heard about the 12-year-old that was raped and killed and by two illegals, and they filmed it with their cell phones. So a lot of people are calling for the death penalty, which I think that's fine. I think they need to be tortured for 40 years and then put to death if they survive the torture. But that's just me. Jocelyn Nungrary, a 12-year-old Houston girl, was brutally murdered on June 17th. A pair of illegal aliens from Venezuela who stole into the nation under the Biden administration's watch allegedly lured the girl under a bridge, stripped her, tied her up, subjected her to hours of sexual torment, strangled her, then tossed her lifeless body in a swampy creek near the North Freeway. Welcome to America. Home of the American dream. Now the home of the American nightmare. What the fuck happened to us, man? This is just one story. This is story after story. This happening to American people, good American people, by freaks, because our government ceases to protect us and wants us murdered or destroyed. They're giving the nation to someone else. We're not fighting hard enough. We need to speak out more, America. We need to pray. We need to turn everything over to Jesus, and we need to quit being passive. We're going to have to fight, be vocal, stand our ground. Peacefully, of course, but boldly. We can't allow this to happen anymore. We've got to change the direction, America. It's not going to end well for any of us. We're all part of this. And we've got to police the border. We have to do something. Otherwise, this is going to be outcome for millions of Americans. There's another report coming out that I thought you guys would be interested in the 9/11 saga. It says new video, hence Saudi Arabia helped plan 9/11. Really? You don't say. I think a lot of us knew this, but Saudi Arabia is our friend because they have oil. Well, now with everything going on with BRICS, the FBI, who's been holding on to this footage for like 23 years, decided to release some of it. I'm going to leave you guys with a snippet of that audio from the Going Back program. You guys could probably research and find that whole video, but I find that very interesting. I think basically this is the U.S. firing a shot at Saudi Arabia for the pact that they made with BRICS to basically, tell everybody else that they don't have to trade in dollars anymore. They literally could collapse us overnight. And I think Saudi Arabia at this point is probably saying, you know what? Hey, go ahead, fire your shot. We'll collapse you. Interesting times, everyone. I'll put the links to all these articles and reports, and I'll play this just so you guys can hear what has to be said on this 9/11 tape that I think you'll all be interested in. Anyway, guys, I'm just coming over a cold. I don't know what the hell I got. I tested negative for everything, and I'm a no-vax guy, so hope everybody's a pure blood out there. I'm going to stay one. We need to bring back freedom in America. We need to bring back our Constitution. Those rights have to be pure. I mean, they should not be messed with. This slippery slope we've been running down. I mean, the Supreme Court, did you guys see the Supreme Court report that just came out? Supreme Court ruled that basically Biden can do whatever he wants to collude with private companies to censor our free speech on social media platforms. That's the kind of shit we're dealing with today. The First Amendment is sacred, and so is the Second Amendment. And they just literally want to rip this from us. And we keep allowing them to do it. Remember, it's by consent. The founders went to a bloody revolution over a 2% tax on tea. And now we just sit here bitching, moaning, complaining about it. myself included, and the world's burning to bits. Unbelievable. The corrupt FBI fixing documents, CIA fixing documents. Unbelievable. But it doesn't surprise me because it did the same thing to me. Almost did 187 years in prison for the Bundy Ranch standoff. They screwed up our lives. Got me in, or forced me into a plea for 6 years. And my life hasn't been the same since. I've rebuilt since then. I started a tree company, and I'm getting my life back together. But it wasn't easy. I had to live out of my car for a while. That was my American dream. But I'm rebuilding towards a better one, God willing. You guys stay strong out there. Pray. Stand your ground. And this country needs us. Needs good men, strong men. We can't cower. We have to be bold and stand our ground. Bipartisan support's out the window. It's time for revolution, but peacefully. It's Blaine Cooper with Third Watch. I love you guys out there. I'm out.
I want to take you to a 60 Minutes report that just was released, and it shows a videotape that was made in 1999. Listen. Saying, translated, "Oh, beloved brothers, greeting to you from Omar Al something or other. We greet you, the esteemed brothers, and welcome you to Washington, D.C., Washington, the American capital city. And we come back once more to this building, whose name I do not know as of yet. However, I will provide you with the results soon. I will get over there and I will report. I'll report to you in detail what is there." He's showing the Washington Monument now. No comment here because I did not know this place exactly, and that's the front of the Smithsonian building. I'm transmitting this only what I see. Their cars. Who are they? You said that this was needed for the plan or something like that. I couldn't read it fast enough. But he talks about the plan. Now,